Have you ever wondered how AI can recognize objects like this? You want to build something like this, but you know nothing about it. The good news is you don't need years of machine learning experience. In this video, I'm going to guide you how you could create something this fascinating using RoboFlow. For your information, this isn't a sponsored video. Everything I show you is just based on my own experience after using RoboFlow for almost 6 months. So let's get started. Alright, so first of all, you just need to click the link down in the description below and you can sign up for a RoboFlow account. Once signing up and accept the terms of service, create your own first workspace. So the workspace is like a place for you to store multiple projects. And in this video, going to create a model that can detect a pen. Yes, anything like a pen. For a sake of understanding, I create mine as pen detection. And there are actually two plans you can choose, the premium trial and also the public plan. The premium plan actually allow you to create a private project, but for this video, I chose the public plan. Once that done and click continue. By now, you should land on this homepage. If you stuck on this new homepage that I will call as the way that you can experience the new RoboFlow agentic workflow, you could click the reload button or you can just click the RoboFlow icon. Alright, now here comes the exciting part. We need to create our first project, right? So you just start by clicking the projects, then new projects, and name our first project. For this case, we will stick with a plan by calling as pen detection. Scroll down and we can see there are numerous types of projects that we can choose from. For this video, since you want the AI to outline the shape of a pen instead of just drawing a box around it, we will choose instant segmentation and click continue with public. In order to create our own AI model, we need something like the data for the AI model to learn, to train, right? Therefore, we need to collect the data. For the general rule of thumb, I normally collect the data in different camera angles, different backgrounds, different lightnings, or even different quantities. But you need to please make sure that you turn off the camera settings like the AI enhancement and also the HDR. We just need the plain original image. And if you don't have that much object, for this case, I'm going to just need to detect one type of a pen. That common practice is by performing like a boom shot, taking a lot of photos with all different camera angles. Once collect all of the relevant images, there are numerous ways to upload it. But since I only taking around 33 images, the easiest method is to click select file, or you can scan the QR code. Once upload, check the image and click label myself. You could choose auto label or team collaboration, but if this is your first personal project, then choosing the label myself option. Click start annotating button and we are entering the second phase of dataset creation, which is the annotation phase. If you are new to this, the general rule of thumb is you do not over annotate the object. It is forgiving to lose some details of it, and you do not leave too much dead space or non-related space to the polygon. To help you speed up the process, I highly recommend using the Smart Select tool from the RoboFlow itself. Once you click the tools, click onto object that you wish to annotate. For this case, is the pen. Click it and a polygon is formed. Then you need to make sure that you need to check the area of a polygon and the shape of a polygon. You could modify the polygon by playing around the simplify sliders to be either a more complex shape or a more simpler shape. Then you will notice that when you click the polygon, a green box will appear, right? And that box is telling the tool to include this region as part of an object. And if you click it inside of a polygon again, then a red box will appear. That is telling the tool that to not include the region. Once the polygon is good to go, click complete and either choose the class that we set or create a class by tapping the name of a class that we like and click the create class below of a list. Repeat the process until we annotate all of the images. Once you annotate all of the images, we could either just click the tick button, but that only works as we only add the current images to the dataset. But we want to add all of the images, right? To do so, we just need to click the back button, then click the add images to the dataset on the top right. Now it will be asking you to distribute the images into three categories, which is train, valid, and test. The common practice for this is we split the ratio of train to the valid to the test in the ratio of 7 to 2 to 1. You could review again for the annotated images, but once that's done, click the versions and then we land onto the new create version. You can put a custom naming for this, which for this video I put as version 1, but you can leave it as default of the format and date and time. The next part of a dataset creation is the data preprocessing and data augmentation. One thing that you need to know that most of a YOLO model are trained on 640 by 640 in instant segmentation. Therefore, we need to change the parameter of a resize to 640 by 640 stretch so that our dataset can give the same size as the YOLO model. You can keep the auto orient option as well. There are a lot of augmentation and it can be overwhelming for beginners. We could just do simple augmentation like flipping, adjusting brightness, and adding a little bit of noise. You could play around the settings such as the hue and saturation, but for my specific project, it doesn't require. Then you can leave the default max size of times 3, but generally that is good enough. Hit the create button and congratulations, you just create your own very first dataset. Now you have the dataset dataset, right? So the next logical step would be just train an AI model out of it. Click the train model and choose the custom training. Now we are choosing the architecture. Since we are working with the YOLO, therefore we could choose YOLO 26 or YOLO 11. For this video, we are going to choose YOLO 11 due to the better stability at the time of this video. You could change some setting in advanced setting, but if you don't know what are you doing, you could just leave it default. Click train and let the magic happen. While the AI is being trained, you could download the dataset, and there are two options, which is the download zip and show download code. Download code are more on the programming side, which is the Python code and also the curl command. As for the annotation format, since we are specifically working on the instant segmentation, therefore we choose the Coco JSON format. Once the AI is finished training, we could test out the model itself, right, by just selecting these images. And take note, these images are from the test category that you categorized earlier. Or you could just upload your own image, and in this case, we have two different images right here. You can see that in the first image with the confidence threshold set to 70%, they do detect all of the bands on the image, but they only show some uncertainty that has low confidence. Therefore, setting confidence threshold to 50% should eliminate most of the nuances. But on the second images, you can see that the way that it detects the pen as low confidence polygon, and the filler in between the tiles has very high confidence. Therefore, the model thinks that either they suggest the very long strip as the pen itself or the high contrast part as the pen, since we are in the grayscale mode, right? And you can click the download wait to download the train model. But unfortunately, the model itself, you can't download it unless you have the researcher access or premium plan activated. Therefore, if you have any school or university email account, you can just click your profile, click account setting, and then click the plan details. Scroll down below and you can click apply for the researcher access, which provide more tokens and other features on the augmentation side. Congratulations, you just trained your own first AI model, a working AI model that can detect a pen. There's still a lot more to learn, but you already complete the hardest step, is to get things started. Like and subscribe if you like it. See you in the next video. Bye bye.